I'm Ronan Bouroullec. We are here in Paris. I'm in the office in the worst, the most ugly room, but it's the only one where I can be a bit calm. So I grew up in the countryside between 0 and 17 years old. It was a totally different environment. It was in the countryside, surrounding by farm. My parents were working in healthcare, so it was 10 minutes, 10 kilometers from a bigger city. But it was a very. I was very alone. I had a brother, but he was 5 years younger than me. Which, when you are 10, he was 5. When I was 15, he was 10. So it was a big difference. We are very close, and we are still very close. But I was quite alone. So I think my career started early in the sense I had to occupy my mind, and drawing, for example, was. Started very, very young because I needed to do something, and drawing was my friend or companion since the beginning. Specifically, I remember when I was 5 and I had to choose a bag to go to school. I really exactly remember the shop with all the bag hanging on the wall. And why I choose a special one. And this bag was used from 5 to 8, I think. And when I was 15, I reused it. So, but I have the exact memory of when I chose this bag. I remember perfectly that it was another generation, it was another time, but buying a bag was something important. Buying shoes or a t-shirt was something important. The t-shirt was for 1 or 2 years, 3 years. For the bag, it was the same thing. So it was we needed to be careful when we choose something. And I always remember having a very, very precise point of view of why I wanted this one and why. The attention on object was something important for me. I was very shy, and I think the advice could have been to be a bit less close to myself. But probably it's a reason of my career, the fact that I developed a lot of things alone. But I was not very open to the other. I was very, very close to myself. And probably I would have benefit to be less shy and more open. I understand very, very precisely when I was 15 that I wanted to work in a creative world. I didn't know that if I wanted to be a photographer, designer, artist, or architect. But I knew that my discipline would be a creative discipline. The countryside was not a good place for that, and Paris, of course, was this extraordinary, what I thought was extraordinary city to develop all that. So I left the countryside when I was 17. I met Inga when I was 30. Erwan is very different. Erwan can concentrate during a year on a subject. So Erwan can deeply do a whole and you can just feed him once a week, and he will be in front of his computer, and he has this ability to be extremely concentrate on one thing. I'm not. I need to do 30 projects in the same time, so drawing during the night. working on a chair in the morning and then working on the city plan in the afternoon. I need. I have this. I have the need of doing a lot of things together. Very interesting thing is that he asked us to design a shop, and we were extremely young. We had no experience, and I think I thought he did a casting error when he contacted us, and we said no, we don't want to do this shop because we are not interior architect, we are designer. And so I think he was a bit frustrated and shocked. And 1 month after, they called back, and of course he convinced us to work on it. I said that when I was young, I was very shy and quite. And this experience shows that it's very, very interesting to work on a subject that is totally new, to be confronted to something you are not specialist on. And since this period, I understand how much it's important to stay very naive, to stay totally, to try to, again, and it's difficult, but to be not a specialist, to have a certain distance with subject is something very important. So simple, empathic, humble. I will say Donald Judd, the artist, the American artist. Ettore Sottsass, the Italian designer and architect. Achille Castiglioni, designer, architect. And from the more closer generation, Jasper Morrison, the English designer. The crazy habit I have is that I draw a lot, and I think I can be prisoner. I can be locked up down like I am now. And if I have enough paper and pen, I could survive. Designing is a very frustrating discipline because it's between the first idea and the fact that the object exists in a shop or in the kitchen of a friend of you. It's a very, very long process. So what is difficult is that you're always balancing between phases when you are enthusiastic and phases when you are totally depressed because an engineer, because someone do not agree. So it's an entire. It's a long journey. It's a long journey. Google from my childhood, from the person I met, but I never. An idea never come back directly for something. It's more a mix of things that. It's generating a sort of big mess in my mind, and from that, I think the mix of things generate a project. I'm a very messy person. It's probably why I do a very clear project, because I try to find a certain harmony. I try to find a certain calm, but I'm not calm and I'm not harmony. So it's certainly a way to progress myself and to try to generate something sensual, something. I try to generate a good atmosphere. It's not the same part of the day. During the day, I'm a designer, so it means that I come to the studio. I'm surrounded by my assistant. I ask for a lot of model. I jump from subject to subject. And drawing for me is something that I do on the night or the weekend. It's it's something that I do alone. It's a very meditative process. Everything, I'm interested in everything. I have no, for me it's very complicated to design an ashtray, it's complicated to design a city, it's complicated to design a chair. Everything is complicated. And I'm interested by normal things, and I'm interested by extraordinary things. So there is no hierarchy for me. I would like that my project will be like a tea bag. So it means that a tea bag is you've got a glass of water and a tea bag, and the tea generates this situation in the water. I would like that my project will be the same. So a chair arriving in a place that it generates a sort of diffuse harmony, diffuse calm, or sensuality, or beauty. The good thing is that when you are a bit known, is that you can decide of the deadline in a certain way. So when something is not good and I'm not very often happy of myself, I want to restart and I want to rework, and I can, after years of research, totally cancel something to start again. So for me, the only subject is to do something good, and it needs time to do something good. Smoking. I was a huge smoker, but I stopped when my daughter arrived. So it's 15 years old now. Since I'm a teenager, I'm fascinated by surf and surfing. I like the sea, I like waves, but I'm not a good surfer. So 2 or 3 times in my life, I went alone in place for surfing, and it was a bad idea. So 2 or 3 times it was just at the limit, and the last times was 2 days before the furniture fair in Milan some years ago, and very often before the Milan fair, I went for a week in Brittany to surf or to be calm before this crazy week. And I just remember the morning I have to take the train in the afternoon. I went surfing. The waves were really big, and with a strong current. And I think I could have. It could have been very. I could have almost died this morning. So it was at the limit of it. Yeah. I'm claustrophobic. Drawing. I like to be a cook. My daughter and my wife. Idiot people. Joy. Important. Baguette. Scallops. It's difficult to choose. It's very difficult to choose. I think I will choose the wine, to be honest. Yes, I feel that I'm, this dream when you run after something and you never arrive to touch it. I think my creative life is like that. I would like to do the good projects that I'm at least so happy that I can't stop. So I think I try to find the beauty. I try to find sort of harmony, and I run after it. I don't care. I would like the future be more beautiful.